Hey Sasquatch, did Paula or Valerie J tell you about the 7 nations boycotting the London Olympics yet? There's a plan to make the south side of Chicago look like a Girl Scout camp compared to the carnage planned for August 12 at the London Olympics toxic waste site.
No sister golden hair surprise pedophile cultist with 200 million plus stashed in the Caveman Islands. Paula and Valerie have been strangely quiet since they got that tip from Theresa May. What be going down in London where my beard Barry takes his paychecks and orders from? Speak slowly, Blondie. I attended Princeton but did not participate in academics.
Well, according to a message just sent from the Able Danger Global Intel experts at Plum City, Wisconsin, the same Wisconsin that had the ass of the Chicago cabal in the recent recall election where Squat Walker was affirmed as governor of one of the first 4 states to sign on to Project 13. Of course your limp beard Barry is busy next door pile driving the mayor of Chicago and doesn't see the threat about ready to capture himself and Romney in the Libor-Laverage lease case set in motion by Theresa May and Christine Marcy in the sourpusses in City of London and Vienna and Chantilly, Virginia, where the favorite cologne is that chic French fragrance eau de tuna.
Don't give me no college girl, jive ass, erudite crap. Speak English, ebonics or jive to me you Mormon cultist semen spit on you.
Listen up you Oreo cookie, black on the outside but white on the inside. Field McConnell's sister, Christine Marcy, infiltrated pedophile prisoners and aliens into the G4S, Wackenhut, Serco and ADT security networks while she was running the U.S. Justice Prisoners and Alien Transportation System. Why do you think Fat Boy Al Gore gave her the Gorehammer Award? I would strongly suggest that same-sex advisors Paula Reed and Valerie Jarrett would have alerted you if those same-sex bodyguards understood the risks posed by your Christine and her British counterpart Theresa May. If you visit London for Thomson Reuters Wag the Dog Olympics and are involved in an NBC or X channel attack, it may prove to be that neither Paula nor Valerie were ever in your corner. They were just waiting for the proper time to have you removed for benefit of my loving husband Mittens, penciled in to become the last president of the United States since your lame, and tame Barry boy couldn't finish off the republic.
Blow it out your ass you honky white trash. Jesse Jackson Jr. is gonna help my man's country stallion stay in office by linking Mittens to the Libor-Laverage leases that some evil women in the UK have steered your dolt cultist into. First they enriched him, then they exposed the Libor frauds. Now Mittens is tied to the Libor fraud and my gay boy Barry will be the last non-female standing for president after our network exposes Mittens on the 24th of August, just 72 hours before the Tampa convention. Sucker.
Not so fast, Juliana Fook. Your limp Barry is tied to the Libor fraud also via Sadly Austin participation, which means that as early as 1984 Barry, Eric Holder and Christine Marcy were conspiring to load up America students with odious student loans and load up American homeowners with odious debt in the form of mortgages tainted not just with Libor but also with MERS software, the mortgage electronic registration system developed by American software writer Ryan Thomas specifically for Wells Fargo and that fat oaf from Omaha. Keep in mind, Oreo, that Wells Fargo was on the Federal Bridge Certification Authority on the morning of 9/11, just as was the state of Illinois, which more appropriately would be the communist state of North America. Perhaps Chicago and Montreal should just merge so the vast majority of good Canadians and the overwhelming majority of good Americans could be rid of the effluence that so much reminds me of your pungent foot gas.
If there was a bomb plot level of the Olympics, surely Paula and Valerie would know and protect me.
Bet your ass.
Surely G4S Security, formerly Whacking Hut, would protect the beard of the first mixed-race British passported president of America regardless his ineligibility for the office.
Bet your ass.
I am assuming that the lesbians hired by Thomas Reuters to simulate a Wag the Dog bombing of the Olympics would realize they couldn't divert attention from the Libor fraud simply by filling 200,000 body bags with 800,000 innocent victims, and they surely don't think the world is going to be satisfied with the hand slap of Barclays and the removal of an American CEO, do they?
Bet your ass.
My very good team player married to Nick the Kazakh promised me that she could have her beard start World War III, exposing US and UK soldiers to certain death while French and Canadian soldiers enjoyed same-sex taffy pulls from behind the lines. Miriam Habina Gonzalez wouldn't lie to a female of color, would she?
Bet your ass.
If we take down Able Danger for their YouTube entitled 9/11 Is It Live or Is It Livery, then the police state citizens of England will not figure out that Tony Farrell and Phil McConnell are right on target when they suggest that the goose-stepping geriatric married to Prince Fardingham is a crowd and that my beard Barry is a homo sapien citizen of the Commonwealth. Will they?
Bet your ass.
But Baroness Noakes, David Johnston, Mary Cirillo and Longfoot promised me and Barry that no one could recognize the Libor fraud unless Dame Helen Alexander squealed like a pig.
Oink. Ink.
If Dame Helen squealed, I will get in an elevator with her and give her one of my grand mal farts, including collard greens, pinto beans, dried apricots, onions, day-old mayonnaise and month-old kimchi. Britain's interior miserable Theresa May has promised me a good time in London if I leave my beard Barry back home with the Portuguese water dog and the mayor of Chicago. Theresa May would not like to piss off someone as big and broad as me, would she?
Bet your ass.
Don Randall, Derek Ernest G and Peter Himes surely should be able to protect me in London, should single quote they.
Are you willing to bet your ass that Barry doesn't have the fix in to become the first mixed-race widower in the White House? Do you feel lucky, Madam Oreo? Now that Able Danger has exposed G4S and the 35,000 UK troops are on call, do you want to bet your Princeton, a TNT, Bhopal Union Carbide JD degree that the UK troops will not be aligned with US Department of Defense White House and be willing to remove the blight? Who do you think the Baroness Noakes will protect? Your Princeton wide butt or Vicky Hunt, with whom she conspired in developing a Thomson Reuters was the dog story for Sam Camp's tricky massive attacks of 9/11? And Mary Cirillo of Hunter College. Do you know how many wide-body students of African descent were at Hunter College when Princess Mary attended there? Lawton Fit needs to hitch her star either to David Johnston of Canada and John MacArthur, both relating to CI Private Equity Group, or your whining Princeton humongous derriere. You don't think those two potentially heterosexual males are going to rescue you, do you? When Dame Helen Alexander started working with your lame beard in 1985, she never considered it possible that his Rainbow Coalition in Chicago would be taken down over the revelation of the Libor leveraged lease due to a slip of the tongue by a wide-tipped, flat-chested loser with the blood of Bhopal on her masculine hands. I would suggest you consider staying home from the Olympics like the teams from Russia, Syria, Egypt, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan and nation number 7 are doing. Otherwise you could be consumed by hot air. Do you want to run that risk, Madam Oreo? Your economy of words, especially English, is remarkable, and your powerful effluence is of such pugency that if your fingers would be pulled at Heathrow Airport, all visitors to London Olympics would immediately return to their home nations in hopes they could escape Heathrow before someone lit a match. By the way, here is an apple wash. A little is running down your oak-like left thigh.